Good morning everybody and a very warm welcome to Mildenhall and Volmer, and today's subject is very illuminating. It's all about lighting today. However, there is going to be a brief update in terms of some new bits, and also just to start with a bit of housekeeping. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm actually going to the Great Electric Train Show, which Hornby had announced. Now, I'd originally bought these tickets for when they originally announced the original dates. So for those of you who don't know, Hornby have since changed the dates of the Great Electric Train Show. It was originally on the 9th and 10th of October, and it's now the 2nd and the 3rd. So I originally bought the ticket to go on the Saturday, the 9th of October. So I'm now looking to go on the Saturday, the 2nd, now for the revised dates. So I am hoping to go to the Great Electric Train Show for that. So that's kind of like the first bit. So for those of you who don't know, or who may have already bought tickets to go based on the 9th and 10th, it's actually been moved to the 2nd and 3rd. So just in case you don't know that. And if you're unsure, just go and check the Hornby website and the Great Electric Train website, I should say, via Google, and they will give you all the relevant information. But it's just from my point of view, because it affected me, because I originally bought my ticket straight away. So I'm now going to be going on the 2nd, which would be the Saturday. So the other thing about today is I'm just going to give you a bit of an update with some new stuff that's turned up. Now it's not. It's interesting. Well, I like it, but I mean it's not one of your big purchases. So it's not like loco or anything like that. But it's some more little bits that I've done. I recently sold on eBay a load of my vehicles. I got rid of so many of my 80s and 70s vehicles that I had, because they're really not matching what I'm doing on the layout. I've kept one or two as classic cars to run on the layout. So, but the majority of them are being upgraded. So some of the new vehicles I've showed you, I'm not sure if I showed you this one, but I'll show it to you quickly in any case. This is an Audi convertible. There you go. If you can hear a dog barking in the background, it's my neighbour's dog downstairs. So my apologies for that. And I'm not sure if I showed you this one. I may have showed you these first two already. And this is the Jaguar F-Pace. But additionally to that, I've also picked up a white BMW Coupe, which is, these are all Oxford die-cast. And also I've picked up a Disco, so a Land Rover Discovery, which is really quite pretty. And finally, that arrived this week. Bargain, real bargain this is. I had seen this advertised on eBay, going for $28.99. But the seller that I was dealing with had his up for sale for about £17, I think it was. And I managed to knock him down to $13.50. So for what I'm about to show you, it really is a bargain, brand new. So I picked up this lorry for just £13.50. And I seem to have a bit of a fetish, I think, for Arctic lorries. The reason why I really wanted like this one is, I'll show you quickly why I wanted this one. And that's because of the tractor unit, the cab unit. Let me see if I can get this opened up for you. I know some of these can be a bit tricky to get into sometimes. So let's just sort of... The other day I got into this, it just fell off, but sometimes these things can be a real pain to get into. There we go. So this is it. and this is a Volvo tractor unit on the front, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get one of these. I've got a lot of Scanias on the layout. I do have a DAF, but they're mainly Scanias, and so I really wanted to get a Volvo. I do have my recovery truck actually over the far corner is actually a Volvo, but it's not an Arctic. But yeah, I got to pick this up for just £13.50. Can you believe that? Brand new. Bargain that is. There you go. You can have a look at the back. So that's really, really cool. So I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm sure putting the lid back on is going to be a lot better. I haven't had the chance to fit it on the layout yet because I need to get to the back of the layout. And I've got a number of odd jobs that need to be done at the back of the layout, including fitting this. I'd like to fit some power cables at the back of the layout as well for the tracks, because not all the tracks at the back are powered. So it's only done via the points. So I'd like to get some power feeds done, and I've also got the seating that John has given me, which has been to go on the layout for a long time, and I haven't just got to the back of the layout yet, so it's something I need to do. But like I say, the crux of this video is to do with lighting. The catalyst for this is this beauty here. This is my cheap, cheerful railroad Hornby class 97, but it's a 37. But so I basically did some weathering and some work to it and all the rest of it. And those of you who saw, I think it's on my last video, I'd actually put some lighting into it. Now this is the end without the lighting, so you can see it's literally got nothing there. And at this end is where I did put lighting in it. And that kind of set the tone for this video, because the main headlight, the white headlight, is actually really, really quite bright. And I'm at a point where because I'd rejigged the container terminal, I've obviously had to move all the lighting around to suit the new layout of the container terminal. And I started doing that, and basically I found a new way of making my own yard lights, and it seems to be a lot better. I've only just done the one, but I'm so pleased with the results that I'm going to have to go back and do the rest of them that I've done and just desolder them and resolder some new LEDs, which is what I'm going to be showing you shortly. So I'm just going to quickly take you over to the layout to show you what I mean. So here we are at the layout, and as things stand at the moment, this is how I've done the lighting. Now the lighting is just in the holes, but it's not glued in or anything like that. I'm still working out the arrangements. Now, as you can see, there's one on the left here, and then there's two over the main entrance, and there's another two here which I've done, and then there's one there, and then there's two there. The one at the very back, the really tall one, that one has always been there, but the new one is this one here, which I'll show you in a bit more closer detail. And as you can see, some wires on there, and that's for the two new ones that I've just built up today. So I'm going to darken this off, and I'm going to just show you what this is like at the moment with the lights on in terms of the container yard, so you can see what the illumination is like. So bearing in mind that this is daytime still, I've tried to darken it off as best I can, but you can sort of see what's going on. But let's just switch this on, and you can see how it looks. Now it's not going to look as effective right now because, like I said, it is still daylight. I've just tried to darken the room as best I can. Now this is with just my standard kind of lighting, which I've used all the way through, with just the caps on the top, which I guess I should have showed you before, but I'll show you. But as you pan round, what I found is that during the night, and I've switched these lights on, although it looks quite bright on here, it's not actually as bright as I'd like. And so this is why I've modified it and come out with a new idea. So this is kind of where we're at with those lights. And as you can see, there's the two center ones. But I'm not going to show you it, but if you look in this corner, the glow is different. And there's a more kind of, and that's what I'm going for now. So I'm going to just take you over there. So this is the new arrangement. So this is the new light here. And you can see how much brighter it seems to illuminate the whole area there, compared to these ones here. I like them, and they sort of match with what's going on with the station at the back. But somehow I seem to prefer this one for the container yard. And I think I am probably going to be doing that moving forward. But that means now that I'm going to have to modify all these ones that I've just done in the container yard already to match up with this one that I've done here. So let's go back to the sofa and I'll explain to you what I've done. So just before we go back to the sofa, I just thought I'd show you the original construction. These were my original fairy lights that I bought, and I bought this pack here, as you can see, of caps, screw cap covers and caps in white, and I used the top bit as the lid for those, and those planters there, they were all made out of the bottom pieces, and as you can see there. And I was actually going to make the rest of the lighting that I needed using the same method as I had been doing. But since I've come across this new method, I think I'm going to convert just the container terminal lighting, not the rest of the lighting in the town or on the station or anything. So it's just going to be what's on the container yard, which is going to be the majority of them. So here we are back at the sofa, and actually I'm going to bring you a bit more closer in, and then I can sort of drop you down. My apologies at the moment, my tripod's caught in some wiring, and I'm going to just drop you down and then I can talk you through what I have here. Ignore those are the cars, and that's obviously the 37 stroke 97. So the thing is, to do these on the cheap is quite easy. This is, in fact, I can pull this right out and I can show you. So this is the hollow tube. This is the plastic tube that I got from Evergreen. I can't remember what the number is now, but I did actually point it out in my last video, I think it was, what the number was, what the code was. I think it was 228 or 128, I can't remember. Now they come in strips, they come in 3 strips at 36 centimeters long. And what I've done is I've split these down the middle to get 2 strips out of it. So they're 2 strips of 18 millimeters that I've got. So that gives me 6 lamps per pack. But obviously it's up to you how long you want to make these lighting stands. But yeah, it's just basically the clear white poly tube, as you can see by the end, that will go into the baseboard. It's painted up in a primer, plastic primer, and then given an overcoat of some of the grey that I've been using for some of my other projects. I had from eBay that I bought, and you can still buy them from eBay. These are packs of LEDs, and they are basically, you can buy them in different diameters, and you can also buy them in different pack sizes. This was a 2mm that I bought, but I originally bought the 2mm because I was originally going to use them for my locos. That's why I bought 2. And then I've had all of these kind of left over. And what I do first of all is I check them before I sort of use them. So I've got this sort of battery power pack, which takes 2 AA batteries, and then all you do is you split them, and I find that the shorter leg goes to the black, and I just connect them to a connector, plug them in, and hey presto, you can see the LEDs working. So I now know that it's working. And basically I take 2 out of a pack at a time, test them both in this way, and then I get the soldering iron out and start soldering them all together. And the thing is with these LEDs is they're really good because you can bend them right over, which is what I've done here. And then what I've done is I've soldered the 2 short legs together, and the 2 long legs together. And then what I've then done is I've put some heat shrink over the ends to make sure that there isn't going to be any short circuits. And then basically it's just 2 wires all the way through. These are 3-volt, and I've got one of these regulators that you just plug into the wall and you can adjust the voltage. So I don't need any kind of resistors for these because the regulator is already set at just 3 volts. So that's why if you are going to plug these into a 12-volt power supply, you are going to need a resistor. But because my power supply is already regulated at 3 volts, I don't need to do that. And then all I do is simply feed the wiring through into the pipe, and then there you go, hey presto, and now you've got 2 lights like so. And then what I've also done is I've had a piece of plastic card, but I did experiment with some card. I'm going to probably use the card or something thicker because this is the light as a lid, as a downlighter to go on the top to make sure that the brightness doesn't just go through the top of the bulbs, the LEDs. So it just reflects the light back down onto the layout. So it kind of goes a bit like that if it will stay like that. And obviously I'd have to shape that and paint that up. But I sort of experimented with one over there and it seems to work really well. So in this configuration, the LEDs I think cost me about £3.50 I think on eBay for about a pack of 25 LEDs. And then the actual pipe itself was £4.99 for a pack of 3. And then obviously, you know, the cost of that is dependent on how high you want to make your yard lights, but these seem to be very, very effective indeed. And then obviously the regulator as well, but the regulator can power, I think at the moment it's actually probably powering about 40 LEDs at the moment, but I am going to split them down so to spread the load, because I've got 2 actual regulators at the moment. So by spreading the load, then it's not going to, I don't want to inadvertently blow the whole lot. So I've now got that as a yard lamp, which is absolutely ace. So over the coming weeks, I suspect I will be converting all the lighting that's on the container terminal from the original that I was making into these type of ones, because I think it will give me a better light coverage, especially for nighttime running sessions. And I actually preferred the glow slightly as well, because as you could see, it was more of a warm white rather than a sort of bluey kind of white. So just before we go and I say goodbye, like I said, these are the yellow ones that I bought previously, and these are some red ones that I bought, and these are all off of eBay. And like I said, you can get them in various diameters and various pack sizes. I think these were 2mm diameter, and the pack size was about 20 or 25, something like that. These are the resistors. So I've got a shed load of these. So this is something that you'd need if you were to attach these to a 12-volt supply. But like I said, because mine are going direct to a 3-volt regulated supply, I don't need the resistors. So it makes it a lot easier in terms of you don't have to go messing around having to solder resistors to the ends of the cables to get them to work. So this is now kind of ready to sort of fit and install. So that's about, I've given this about about 60 centimeters or so length, and then I'll just attach it to one of the chop blocks at the bottom of the layout and then get them to wire up and work. So that is it for me today. Short and sweet, probably not the most interesting of videos, but hopefully it's of use to somebody. And until the next time, it's goodbye from Milton Horn Farmer. Goodbye.